What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated, right? So listen, let's get right into it. The Knicks are in day 2 of training camp. Of course, Tom Thibodeaux spoke to the press in regards to the lineups because that's what everyone wants to talk about, right? Who's the starting lineup's going to be, especially Grimes coming off a strong season last season on top of, the Summer League, him playing well. You got guys like Obi and IQ coming up strong, right? So that's what everybody wants to see, right? Who's going to be starting in that shooting guard spot? What's your rotations going to be like? Where does Cam Reddish fit in? And Thibodeau's pretty much answered that, right? Is it going to be Grimes or is it going to be Fourier? Hey guys, look, I'm sorry to tell you, but there's no way Grimes is knocking out Fourier. Now, let's be clear, right? Not saying that Grimes doesn't have the skill set. He does. But as we all know, Tibbs likes to play reliable guys who he can depend on, who has built up, a lot of wear and tear in this league and have earned the right to be in that spot. That's why Fourier got the money he did, especially with him tearing it up in Europe this year. He played really, really well. He's a solid shooter, man. I mean, we got to give him his props on that, especially with him getting the franchise record last year. That's what Tibbs wants. He stated that. Ian Begley reported that he wants shooting, right? With guys like RJ, Brunson, Julius, and Big Mitch in the middle, you're going to need shooting, right, with those guys. And that's one thing Fourier can do. He can light it up from, behind the arc. So, and like I stressed before, and I have to say it again, with him playing so well as he did over there in Europe, in that league, which is if not the best league in, second to the NBA in Europe, coming off of the heels of that and him playing really, really well, it's kind of hard for me to see Grimes taking that spot away from Evan, right? So that's very important. Now, just be clear, if Evan comes out the gates, just kind of slow, I can see Grimes getting more minutes. But I think that Fourier's pretty much got that spot locked up unless he shows that he's not cutting it, right? But it really falls on Fourier and how hard he plays and how well he plays. And if he's the same guy that played well in Europe this year and he carries over to the league this year, he's going to be fine. And I see Grimes just coming off the bench, right? So Tibbs is going to play who he trusts, right? That's what he does. And I do. He loves Grimes. He loves Grimes. Everybody knows that. But right now, at this moment, is Grimes better than Fourier? I don't think so right now. Now defensively on both ends of the floor, yeah. But Grimes, he's not the shooter that Fourier is yet. I think Grimes can be that. But right now, like Tip stated, they need shooting. And that's one thing Fourier can do. He can light it up from out there. So, I mean, I don't see that happening. The other big talk was also, too, where do they see Cam Reddish? Where does he fit in, right? Where does he get minutes? Tibbs kind of said, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But this really falls on, honestly, to me, this falls on Cam Reddish, right? It's up to him. Tibbs is the type of guy that you really got to come in and show that you want to play both ends of the court. You want to rebound and defend. Shots are going to come. You could score. Guys who are in this league, you could score. But you got to find your role and where you fit in to get minutes. Then once you get those minutes, then you do what you need to do to keep those minutes and add minutes on. And a lot of times it's doing the little things, rebounding, defending, of course. And, when your opportunity comes to score the basket, you score the basketball, right? So that's where he's going to be his minutes, right? That's where he's going to get his minutes and show that he belongs on his team and that he deserves a certain amount of minutes. So he's got to really put the work in training camp. And also, too, in preseason to earn a place in this rotation because that's going to be key. Right? Do I see a place for him? Yeah, I think there's definitely a place for him. Right? You have IQ coming in. You have Derrick Rose coming in. But who comes in for RJ? Right? Who comes in for him? Nobody. I don't see it really out there. Obi plays Grimes. Obi plays. With with Julius. Right? That's his position. And IQ's a mix and match, right? He could be a shooting guard or he could be a point guard. So you got to see where that goes. But I think that Cam can secure that 3 that 3 spot, playing the 3, and that could pretty much be his position. But he's got to prove it, right? Tibbs is not just going to give it to him. He's just not. The other big factor is what do you do with Obi and Julius, right? What do you see about those minutes? What does that look like? Is Julius going to be playing 34 minutes a night again? Is that going to happen, or can Obi really strong arm himself into that position where they cut those minutes in half? Right, it's 48 minutes a game, so can he squeeze out 24 minutes, 20 minutes a game to where he's splitting it down the middle as far as minutes go? Can they mix and match and put them in they can play together? That's always been the issue, but the numbers have shown that doesn't work, right? So we got to see what that looks like. And guys, let's be clear, right? Everyone knows. I've been saying it from the beginning. Go watch my earlier shows. I think Julius has got to go, right? But until he goes, is Obi a better player than Julius right now? He's not, right? When Julius locks in, he seems to be locked in now, but when he doesn't let the outside noise get to him and he locks in and plays, he's a tough check, right? He can get back to form to being what he was when he was most improved player that year and he made the All-Star team the year prior to last, right? So, he does that, then the Knicks could be good. But, he's got to emotionally and, mentally, that's always been his issue, right? So we got to see how that works out. But, guys, there's no way that, Julius is coming off the bench and Obi is starting. That's just not going to happen, right? We got to be honest with ourselves about what the lineup's going to look like and what the rotations are going to be, right? So it's exciting, man. Excited, just to see these guys out here rolling, practicing, getting things ready for October 4th, their first preseason game, and then, of course, season opener out in Memphis, October 19th. So we'll see what happens, but I'll be back reporting, giving you guys updates on how things are looking in training camp. All right, I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, please leave comments, all right, so we can go back and forth debate. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out. Peace.